Find yourself in a comfortable seat here, allowing the eyes to shut down. Just taking a few moments to tune into the natural breath. Feeling the crown of the head get tall on the inhalation. Feeling the seat bones root down into the earth on the exhalation. When you're ready, inhaling the hands into heart center. Taking a moment here to set your intention to plant whatever seeds or cultivate any qualities that you'd like. Just turning that intention into an affirmation in the present tense. And bowing the head to the heart. In your own time, you can release the hands down, eventually finding your way onto your back. We'll begin our practice in Shavasana today. Taking these first few moments to feel the natural breath as you inhale, as you exhale. If it feels right, you can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, starting to deepen your breath. If it feels comfortable, starting to breathe now through the nose only as you send your breath deep into the belly. Exhaling, feeling the belly fall, feeling the breath naturally come and go like the rising tide. Letting go of any worry, any tension. Just allowing yourself to really sink into the space, to the present moment. On your next inhalation, begin to extend the arms up towards the sky, all the way to the back of the room, just allowing the arms to release down on the earth, getting long through the whole body here. On the exhalation, allowing the shoulders to relax down the back, really feeling the full weight of the body as it relaxes into the support of the earth. Allow the face, the jaw, and the eyelids to soften. In your own time, you can gently start to walk the feet over towards the left corner of the mat, leaving the center of the body where it is, and then starting to shimmy the shoulders over towards the left as well. So coming into this long banana shape, feeling the deep stretch through the entire right side of the body. Inhaling, feeling the right side of the body get a little bit longer. Exhaling, feeling the right side of the body soften. Maybe that right hip starts to melt down towards the earth. Maybe the right shoulder relaxes just a little bit more. Take a moment here to notice if there's anywhere in the body where you're holding any tension. See if you can just release and relax a little bit deeper with each exhalation. Slowly starting to make our way back into the center. In your own time, exhaling the arms alongside the body into Shavasana. Just taking a couple of deep breaths here. Noticing the difference between the two sides of the body. In your own time, inhaling the right knee into the chest, giving it a good squeeze, and then starting to rock and roll from side to side. You can start to circle the knee, starting to make a little hip circles here, lubricating the hip joint. And you're feeling a nice massage in the low back. And you can make these circles as little or as big as you like. Really just starting to explore our range of motion here. Really gently starting to open the body. If you haven't already, you can change the direction of your circle. Gently slowing down and hugging the right knee into the chest. We'll extend our right arm out to the side in line with the shoulder, and then bringing the right knee over towards the left side. So coming into a gentle twist here. If it feels good, you can point your gaze over towards the palm of the right hand. Really softening into the twist here. Starting to feel the breath as it travels into the torso. With each exhalation, just feeling the right shoulder melt a little bit closer down to the earth. In your own time, gently making your way back to the center. Placing the sole of the right foot on the earth, and then just allowing that right knee to open out to the side. So a little counter opening of the right hip. You can place the hands on the hips to help you feel a little more grounded. See if you can allow that right glute to completely release. Allow your jaw to be soft. And in your own time, hugging the right knee back into the chest and extending the sole of the right foot up to the sky. Interlace the hands behind the calf or the thigh, and then just starting to roll the ankle here in one direction and then the other. Eventually coming to stillness and walking your hands a little further up the leg towards the ankle. Can lift the chest off the ground and then relax back down to the earth, deepening the stretch through the right hamstring. And gently releasing the arms and flexing through the foot as you lower the leg all the way down to the earth. The next inhale, raising the arms up over the head onto the earth behind you, getting long through the entire front of the body. And slowly starting to walk your legs over towards the right, followed by the shoulders. So coming into that banana shape, extending long through the whole left side of the body. If it feels right, you can cross the left ankle over the right. Then on the inhalation, just feeling the expansion of the left side of the body. On the exhalation, feeling the left hip soften a little bit closer down towards the earth. Relaxing into the new space that's being created in the body. A few more deep breaths here. In your own time, you can uncross the legs and start making your way back to the center of the mat. Releasing the arms alongside the body. On the next inhalation, hugging the left knee into the chest. You can interlace the hands around the shin if you like, and just starting to circle the hip here in one direction. Making the circles as little or as big as you like. Eventually changing the direction of the circle. Eventually hugging the knee into the chest and then extending the left arm out to the side in line with the shoulder. Bringing the left knee over towards the right side of the room. So coming into a twist here. Inhaling deeply into the belly, and on the exhalation, allowing that left shoulder to melt down towards the earth. Allowing the jaw and the face to be soft. Taking a few more deep breaths here. In your own time, you can slowly start to bring the left knee back into the center. Now placing the sole of the left foot on the ground and allowing the left knee to open out to the side. Place the hands on the hips to help you feel grounded. Allow the glutes to relax here. On the next inhalation, hug the left knee into the chest. And then extending the foot up to the sky, you can interlace the hands behind the shin or the thigh. Starting to do a couple ankle circles here. Moving the ankle in one direction and then the other. Eventually finding your way to stillness, flexing the toes towards the face. On the next exhale, letting go of your grip around the ankle, flexing the left foot and slowly lowering the leg all the way down to the earth. Taking a few moments here in Shavasana, putting the whole body on the earth. And then hugging the knees into the chest, and we'll begin to rock a little from side to side, massaging the low back on the earth. And starting to rock and roll until we find our way up to a comfortable seat. Feel free to take a few rolls here. And slowly finding our way to a comfortable seated position. Cross-legged if that's available to you. Just taking a moment to get tall through the spine and then dropping the chin to the chest and beginning to roll the head over towards the left shoulder and then back over towards the right. If your neck is feeling a bit tight, feel free to go back and forth here. If it feels right, you can start doing full circles of the neck to the left. Really exploring how your neck, how your shoulders feel in this moment. Going real slow and being gentle. Next time your left ear comes over towards your left shoulder, take a pause, extending the right fingertips out to the side, and bringing the left hand over towards the right ear, deepening the stretch through the right side of the neck, and pointing your chin down towards your left knee and bringing the hand towards the back of the head. So getting a stretch through the back of the right side of the neck. And exhaling in your own time, releasing the pose. And starting to rock the head from right to left. If the neck is feeling open, feel free to start doing full circles to the right this time. Next time the right ear comes over to the right shoulder, take a pause, extending the left fingertips out to the side and bringing the right hand over towards the left ear. Allowing that right shoulder to melt away from the ear. And gently bringing the hand to the back of the head as you point your chin down towards the right knee. Breathing here. And in your own time, gently releasing the pose. Now extending your hands towards the front of the room, palms together. Bowing the head slightly. And on the next inhalation, opening the arms wide, opening the heart. Exhaling to round. Inhaling to open. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open the chest and look up. A few more times at your own pace, feeling as though you're trying to touch the back of the room with your spine every time you fold forward. On the next inhalation, we'll raise our arms up to the sky, and then exhale, fold forward. Taking 3 deep breaths here, releasing the head, releasing the neck. On the next inhalation, raising the arms up to the sky, trying to touch the sky with your fingertips. Exhaling, hands through heart center. Releasing the arms down and then just leaning back to switch the crossing of the legs. Once again, inhaling to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, folding forward, letting the whole spine round. Letting the weight of the head go. Maybe even taking a few sighs out the mouth on the exhalation. Relaxing the jaw. Next inhalation, raising the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, hands through heart center. In your own time, finding your way onto your hands and your knees. Lining your wrists with your shoulders, your knees with your hips. Starting to move through a few rounds of cat and cow here. Inhaling, dropping the belly, opening the chest. Exhaling, rounding the spine, pointing your gaze at the belly button. Feel free to incorporate any organic movement that you like into these first few rounds of cat and cow. If you want to start rolling the hips from side to side or pushing the hips back to child's pose, just feel free to allow your body to express itself however it wants in this moment. Really looking to see what feels good for you. Finding your way to a neutral spine, and on the next exhalation, just lifting the knees off of the earth to hover here. Allowing the knees to just hover off the earth, engaging the core, still breathing. And then exhaling, lowering the knees down and pushing back to child's pose. On the next inhalation, finding your way back to tabletop. On an inhale, raise the left arm up. Exhale, thread it behind the right, fingers pointing towards the left side. Inhaling, raising the arm back up to the sky. Exhaling to thread it through. One more time, inhaling to lift the arm up towards the sky. This time coming down onto that left shoulder. From here you can either extend your right arm towards the front of the room, or maybe wrapping the hand behind the back and grabbing a hold of your left thigh. Breathing here. Trying to keep the hips in line with one another. Gently bringing the right arm back to the earth, inhaling to raise the left arm up to the sky. Exhaling, coming back to tabletop. On the next inhale, raising the right arm up to the sky. Exhaling to thread it behind the left, hovering here and inhaling to lift. Exhaling, threading it through, hovering. One more time, inhaling, opening the chest. This time exhaling, threading the arm through and coming onto that right shoulder. Again, you can walk the left arm towards the front of the room, deepening the stretch through that left tricep, or if it feels good, wrapping the left hand behind the back and grabbing a hold of your right thigh. Just feeling the breath as it travels through the body. Seeing if you can soften a little bit deeper. In your own time, eventually letting go of that right thigh and inhaling to raise the left arm up, placing it on the floor and inhaling to raise the right arm up to the sky. Exhaling, coming back to tabletop. And then starting to walk your hands slightly forward and stepping your feet back, finding yourself in plank. Engaging the abdomen here, and then bending the knees, pushing back to downward facing dog. From here you can start to pedal the feet out, pressing evenly through all 10 fingers, feeling the shoulders as they roll onto the back. Taking a few moments to settle into your first downward facing dog. And then inhale, coming back to plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down onto your belly. Untucking the toes. And with the hands underneath the shoulders, inhaling to lift up to baby cobra. Exhaling to lower. 2 more times just like that. As you inhale, feeling the crown of the head pull up towards the front of the room. Exhaling to lower. 1 more time, maybe coming up a little bit higher this time, really feeling the pubic bone push into the earth. And then releasing the arms out to the sides like goalposts, tenting the fingers, and on an inhale, lifting up the chest, and exhaling to look over your left shoulder. Staying here for the inhale. And on the exhale, slowly waving yourself back down to center. Inhale, chin to chest, drawing the chest up. Exhaling, this time looking over the right shoulder. Staying for the inhale and exhaling to lower. One more time to each side. Really making sure the pubic bone is pushing into the earth so the spine is not compressed. Now bringing the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, the feet pushing into the earth, inhaling to lift the chest up, getting long, and then raising the feet off the ground. Taking a few breaths here. And then gently releasing the fingers, lowering everything down to the ground. In your own time, pushing back through child's pose. Now resting the backs of the hands on the sacrum so the palms face up to the sky. Relaxing in Balasana, child's pose. On an inhalation, we're going to begin drawing the arms up to the sky as we come to stand on our shins. Maybe getting a tiny back bend here. And then exhaling, coming back to where we began. Balasana with the palms at the back. Again, inhaling to raise the arms up using the full breath. Exhaling, humbly coming back to Balasana. One more time, inhaling, using the full breath to expand, to get some length. Then exhaling, bringing the hands to the hips. We're going to step our right foot towards the front of the mat. Start to draw the hips in line with one another, sinking into that front foot and inhaling the arms up to the sky, Anjayanasana. On the exhalation, bringing the hands down to the earth, pushing the hips back in space, and stretching through that right hamstring. Your toes can point up to the sky. And a few breaths here. The next inhalation, coming back to Anjayanasana, raising the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, interlacing the hands behind the back now. Taking an inhale to extend the fingers down towards the floor. Open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Really drawing the inner thighs together for stability. Inhaling, lifting back up. Using the full breath to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, planting the hands on the floor, pushing your hips back in space, coming back to that half split. And inhaling to come forward, planting the hands, and raising the right arm up to the sky, coming into a twist. Drawing that right hip back in space as you push evenly through both feet and the left hand. Stepping back to plank. Exhaling, lowering knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhaling to come to baby cobra. Exhaling, finding your way back to Balasana, child's pose. Hands come once again to the back. And on the inhalation, beginning to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, coming back to Balasana. Trying to let the breath guide every movement. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling, back to Balasana. Last one, inhaling to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the hips, stepping forward this time with the left foot. When you're ready, inhaling to raise the arms up to the sky, sinking into that front foot, opening through that right hip. On the exhalation, you can bring the hands down to the earth as you shift your hips back in space. Allowing the head to relax down here as you stretch into that left hamstring. And inhaling, coming back to Anjayanasana, extending the arms to the sky. Allowing the shoulders to melt down the back. The next exhale, releasing the arms down, interlacing the fingers with the opposite thumb on top this time. Exhaling, folding forward. And the next inhalation, starting to draw yourself back up, releasing the interlacing of the hands, the arms extend toward the sky. Exhaling, releasing the hands to the earth, pushing your hips back in space. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Inhaling, starting to walk your hands forward, bending into your front knee as you lift the back knee off the earth. Planting the right hand and raising the left arm up to the sky on an inhalation. Exhaling, releasing the hand down to the earth. Squaring the hips and then stepping to the front of the mat. With the feet hips distance apart, your hands can be on the floor or the shins as you inhale to come halfway up for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling to fold, inhaling, rising all the way up, rolling the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Eventually inhaling to raise the arms up overhead and exhaling the hands into heart center. The next inhalation, raising the arms up towards the sky, exhaling, diving down, bringing the hands down to the earth or towards the shins. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling to fold. For any of these Ardha Uttanasanas, feel free to place blocks underneath the hands. Next, inhale, raising all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhale, diving down, bending into the knees. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, raise the arms up to the sky, coming into high lunge. You can bend the back knee to draw that right hip in line with the left, and then push through the heel. Holding here for 3 deep breaths. And exhaling, lowering the hands down to the ground. And pushing your hips back in space. Stretching through that left hamstring. If you need to place a slight bend in the knees, feel free. If you need to place blocks under the hands, feel free. Bending back into that left knee, inhaling to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the hips and stepping to the front of the mat. Releasing the arms alongside the body, and then inhaling, raising the arms up. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling halfway up for Ardha Uttanasana. Crown of the head pulls to the front of the room. Exhaling to fold. One more time. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling to fold. Now grounding down through the feet, inhaling to rise all the way back up to standing. Hands come back through heart center. One more time. Inhaling, raising the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, bending the knees, folding forward. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. And now exhaling, stepping the left foot back behind you. Inhaling, raising the arms up to the sky. Bending the back knee in order to square the hips to the front of the room. Pushing through the back heel and sucking those inner thighs together. Allow the shoulders to melt down the back. And breathe deeply. Exhale, lowering the hands down to the ground. Begin to push the hips back in space, starting to straighten through that right hamstring. Thinking about drawing that left hip in line with the right. On the inhale, coming back into high lunge, raising the arms up to the sky. Allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Then exhaling, bringing the hands to the hips and stepping forward. Now setting up for tree pose. Begin moving your weight into the right foot. As you start to draw the left foot up to the inner thigh or the calf, placing the foot anywhere but the knee. And bringing the hands to heart center, finding your stability, perhaps fixing your gaze on something that won't move. And if it feels right, inhaling to raise your arms up to the sky. Really think about pushing that inner thigh and the sole of the left foot together. Finding peace and stability in this pose. Gently exhaling to release the hands to the heart and slowly lowering the left foot down to the earth. And shake out the right leg. And preparing for the next side, moving the weight into the left foot this time, drawing the sole of the foot to the inner thigh or the calf. Hands come to heart center. Fixing your gaze on something that won't move, and then inhaling, if it feels right, to raise the arms up to the sky or staying where you are. Just choosing what best fits your body today. Allowing the jaw and everything to be soft. And slowly lowering the right leg down towards the earth. Now separating the feet a little wider than hips distance, inhaling the arms up, exhaling, diving down, bending the knees. We're going to heel toe our feet out to the side and find our way into Malasana, yogi squat. Using the backs of the arms to push into the inner thighs. If you want to create a deeper opening, you can bring the fists together to create a little more space. If this pose is not possible for you, feel free to place a block or a cushion underneath your bum. So holding here for 5 deep breaths, feeling roots growing out of the tailbone towards the earth. Feeling strong and stable. And then in your own time, slowly making your way onto your bum, extending the legs long in front of you, and we'll take the left foot and place it at the inside of the right thigh, finding our sit bones even on the earth, inhaling the arms up, exhaling, diving forward, leading with the chest, inhaling halfway up, and then exhaling, folding over completely. Staying here for 5 deep breaths. It's okay if your hands don't touch the foot. Just accepting where your body is today. Feeling the breath as it travels into the back of the body. Maybe on the exhalation, you find that you soften forward just a little bit more. And the next inhalation, raising the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, releasing the hands through heart center and then alongside the body. Extending the left leg. Moving on to the other side, so bringing the sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh, finding your sit bones even on the earth, and inhaling to raise the arms up, exhaling to fold. Inhaling halfway up to see if you can get a little bit more length here. Exhaling, folding down. If you need to place a slight bend in the left knee, if your hamstrings are feeling a bit tight, feel free to make any adjustments that you need to. When you're ready, slowly begin to inhale, raising the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, releasing the arms through heart center, alongside the body, and then extending the right leg out. Flexing the feet, inhaling to raise the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, folding down, finding yourself in Paschimottanasana. Allowing the hands to fall where they may, taking an inhale to raise up and an exhale to fold. This time really allowing the spine to round and the head to get heavy. We'll be here for 5 deep breaths. On the next inhalation, raising the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, releasing the hands alongside the body. And coming to bring the soles of the feet to the ground and crossing the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Coming into a figure 4 here, you can walk your chest a little closer to the shin in order to deepen the stretch into that right hip. And just allow the head to relax here. Every exhalation, seeing if you can allow that right hip to soften just a little bit more. Breathing deep into the belly, exhaling, letting everything go. Slowly start to bend into the elbows, starting to walk the left leg away from the body so we can switch sides, and then starting to walk the sole of the right foot onto the mat, bending into the knee, coming into this figure 4 pose on the left side. Keeping the left foot flexed in order to protect the knee, and then just allowing the head to relax here. Taking another deep breath here. In your own time, you can bend into the elbows as you walk the left foot away. Releasing the soles of both feet to the ground now, extending the arms towards the front of the room, taking an inhale, and on the exhale, lowering all the way down into the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, as slow as possible. Eventually hugging the knees into the chest. You can rock a little side to side. And coming to grab a hold of the outside of the feet for happy baby. Drawing the knees down towards the earth. Feeling the whole spine in contact with the floor beneath you. And in your own time, slowly making your way into Shavasana.